All right, y'all. Back again. This is just a little something as a request for some people who are on Facebook asking about some lights that I showed them a picture of or whatever, and they wanted to know, how did you go about installing it or whatever? What did you do? Okay. So first off, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all those out there on YouTube, Facebook, our Facebook Denago forum, whatever time zone you're in, and whatever time you're watching this. All right. So as you saw in the title of the video, um, this is about these Govee lights that I installed on my cart. I installed them, showed the picture of them, and uh, people were like, "Oh, they look cool." But it was initially showed by um, what's his name? Brian, right? Brian. I'm getting old. Brian on Facebook, the guy who sells those speaker enclosures. I don't know if you'll see my mine's there. Those speaker enclosures. He's the one that sells those speaker enclosures, and he sparked that, what you call it in my mind, and he makes those speaker enclosures for people. But he didn't make mine. I make my own. I made my own because I got my own 3D printer. But when he sparked that, what you call it in my mind, I was like, okay, yo, I'm gonna make myself a pair for myself. So if you want speaker enclosures, get at him for those. Um, all right. So when he put them out, he put the picture out, and, or whatever, and said they got them on Amazon for $70. Like, oh, $70. I'm thinking that's not a bad price, especially if they're plug and play. That's awesome. He said they're plug and play. You just plug them into our thing, what we would plug our normal Denago lights in. And so I said, okay, let me cop them. So I copped them for $70, and they were working so good. I said, well, I'm going to probably have to share this with the people on Facebook. Not only that I was going to share it, then Amazon comes out like the next day with the sale, a 48-hour sale, prime deal sale for 48 hours, and the lights went on sale for $56. So I was a little perturbed by that because I was going to buy a second pair later on down the line, but of course I wanted to test them out first to see how they work. But when they sell them for $56, I said, no, let me pull the trigger on it right now because I want to put them up for the top. So I pulled the trigger and I got them for the top. I said, I'm also going to do, I'm going to buy an extra pair. So I got an extra pair over there now that I'm going to send back because I paid $70 for these, and the other boxes in the house. But I'm going to send those back and get my $70 back, even though I paid $56. But they told me they wouldn't price match Amazon. They don't price match or whatever. So I said, okay, no problem. I'll buy another extra pair and I'll send them back. They've never been used. Anyway, let me not digress, as I always say. So I put them in. All right. So now I'm trying to show you what I did. Okay. First of all, you're going to need some zip ties. I pulled these zip ties out to show you that I got 3 size zip ties. Okay, I always had zip ties. Whoever made those things is a good idea, but you're gonna need some zip ties if you incorporate what I did. All right, first off, the lights, they come in 4 segments, right? And it's in a Y. Okay, think of my fingers a Y. I got the jack up under it because I want to get up under it to show y'all. You got four segments on the left and 4 segments on the right of lights. 4 segments of lights that are separated by each other. So I put my lights here. As you can see, the lights is up there. Okay, I got 4 lights here. Try to make sure the 4 lights is here. The other lights is there. Lights is here, and lights is there. Okay, so now I got my 4 segment locations. I already had that mapped out in my mind, but I think of certain things in 3 segments of decisions that I have to make. I have to say I got 3 chances of doing something, and of all those 3 chances, almost like baseball, I got to try to see if I can hit a home run. These things I thought 3 ways of trying to put them in, and none of them is a home run. Okay, none of them. I did select one of them, but it's still not a home run. The reason why is because these are made for cars or SUVs. It's not made really for golf carts, but you can use them. It has a 12-volt, wires that you can plug into our for our lights. So it's still 12 volts. So I said, what's my option? So I said, if I do it, run it from the back, run it from the back. Correction, run it from the front. Think of my finger as a wire. Now I got my arm with that long wire that's got to come back if I run it from the front, and I got to run it back to up under our seat where the adapter is. So I was like, that's a lot of wire. I want to try to use up as much wire as I possibly can. So I got to try to figure out. So maybe I run it from the back. Actually, I did run it from the back because that was the best option. My other third option was just cutting them, and going from there. But see, I didn't do that for 2 reasons. First off, if you look right there, that's where the wires is, right? That's where I was going to think about cutting them. But that option was, if I cut them, 1, if something goes wrong, I can't send them back. And 2, up under the cart, cut wires, probably bare or whatever, something happened, you get a short, go through a puddle of water, get a short, then you mess them up. Okay, so I said, you know what? Let me just run it from the back. So that's what I did. I ran the wires from the back. So just to show you, excuse me. Just make believe that my hand is the wires. So I got my 4 segments there, 4 segments here, and this thing. So then the long part, I had to run it now back, all the way back to here. So at least I used up some of the wire from wiring it from the back and to the front. So that's what I did, and just to show you. So, with that stated, just to get up under here, right here is the wire. Over there is the other side of the wire. So I ran it there, and then I ran it back. That's the 2 wires right there. See, I got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff going on. I ran it back through there, then going down here. Sorry about that. These are the wires here, right? So I ran it back, ran it up here. Here's the module. See, I don't like that. I might do something else extra with this too as well. I don't like this at all. This is too long. I ran it back, and then I ran it up and I connected it, and I ran it back this way, and I connected it to our 4-pin. See right there, that's the 4-pin for our connection. Now usually it's up under the seat, but I had to pull mine from under the seat, from out of the seat, and I put it down here. But if you look at that pin, it has 4 holes there. You see that? Sorry about that. It has 4 holes. Two red on the right side and 2 black on it. So you can add an extra set of lights in here. So you do not, if you got Denago lights, or maybe any accessory, if you got a wire, that will allow you to connect another 12-volt apparatus into it. Keep that in mind. So you push those in, put the wire in, and that's it. That's what we call it, plug and play. So people think you got to have another adapter married to another adapter. No, that isn't the only plug and play. You can plug the wire in, push this in, plug it in. So I got my Denago lights and my Govee lights on each, on this, what you call it. Each one has a black and red wire. So that's what I did. So that's what you can do. You'll see that same clip. You should see that same clip inside up under your seat. So that's what I did. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, I don't like that. I really don't like the bundled wire. But I understand that because it's made for cars, that's the situation that I had to deal with. Now, I will say this. I use lights as far as adhesion, okay, with the lights. In the beginning, I used Lysol wipes to clean this. Lysol wipes I used to clean it. And when that Lysol wipe came back clean, because there was a bunch of dirt caked up. I was getting caked up dirt from under here. But when that Lysol wipe came back clean, I was like, okay, bet. It's good now. And I put the lights on there. And at first, it kind of like came down a little bit. I was like, damn, what's going on? So I went in the house and I got, the bread clips, the chip clips, stuff that we put on our food. Okay, you know what? All right, just in case my wife is watching this, I just want to let you know, babe, I do clean these off when I take them back inside the house. So don't worry, they're clean when you pick them up, okay? Trust me. So I took the clip and I put it on here to hold it. So I put it there just for about maybe a minute, and I took it off just to see if it would work or whatever. And sure enough, it worked. And I can tell you straight up, real talk, it's on there thoroughly with those Lysol wipes on this plastic. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't use the Lysol wipes. And I'm saying it only because of this situation here. I'm trying to make this video quick, y'all. I'm doing as fast as I can. See these here, these little tapes here? I used the Lysol wipes up here, thinking, okay, yeah, the Lysol wipe worked or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I put it up here, the lights, because I got the extra set and I put it up here. And by the time I got down here or whatever, I look over there and it's coming down. So I was like, what the freak? So I go back up here, I push it up, I hold it with my hand, both sides, it started. So I was like, yo, what's good here? Why is this thing not working right? So I had to get some E6000, okay? E6000, and I put glue up under here, and I had to get this tape to hold it up because I couldn't stand there with the E6000 doing it. So I was a little perturbed, like, yo, why is this thing not sticking on? It did it for the fender. I don't understand why. So I'm probably realizing that being that this is metal, it might be one factor, but I said something is not right there. So what I did do is I said, let me go in the house and get some alcohol, So I got my bottle of alcohol with my napkins, and I began wiping this. Now, don't get me wrong, I did Lysol this too. I did the same thing like I did on that side. I did the same thing. I Lysol this all the way through, and I'm thinking good. But I said, you know what? Let me put some alcohol on it instead. So I got my alcohol, like I said, and I wiped it with the alcohol on the napkin. And I kid you not, dirt was coming all off the scrap. I was like, yo, you got to be kidding me. So I did it, and then when I put the lights up there now, I don't need no tape. So if I were you, I recommend, if not ammonia, use alcohol, even on that. Even though Lysol did work for me with those lights, who knows? Right now, the jury's still out because it might come down. I recommend using alcohol for the adhesion purposes of those lights, okay? So now for those, like I said, plug and play, we also have it over here for the top as well. You saw me on the bottom, and you see it over here. Just in case I said it already, I'm saying it again. You push the tab in, and you plug it in. You got 4 holes, two holes for the red and 2 holes for the black. If you already got which code you might, and also you could probably use it for connecting something else if it's got a wire or whatever, But don't hold me to it because it's only 12 volts, so. But plug and play. That's what plug and play means. Plug it, push it in, and plug the wire in. That's how those lights would work. On the end of these, they have the wire, and you'll see it. I didn't, like I said, I don't do install videos or anything like that. I just do videos just for informational purposes. People might ask about this jack. I put the jack so I can get up under there, but I want to show y'all another point of interest. See where I got that jack holding up this cart? It has like a little groove here. It's got 4 grooves. I want to make sure I didn't hit the zerks. You got zerks right there, zerks right there. But you can also jack up the cart by putting the jack right there. I got the grooves here. This cart ain't going nowhere. It's under there. And I can change my wheel or whatever I need. The wheel still spin around or whatever. So that's the same thing. You can do that there as well. People are asking how you can jack up the cart. Is there a good way to do it? That's a jack up point right there. You can use that, jack your cart up, and you should be good, okay? Just to let y'all know. All right, so now I'm going to show y'all what it looks like in the next clip. And bear with me. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. All right, get back at me in a sec. Here we go, okay? Okay, y'all, I got the garage door shut, so I just want to see the lights. I wanted you to see the lights, but hold on, I want you to hear this music for a second. This is copyright-free music, okay? I'm going to play it real quick. I want you to show y'all something. All right, check this out. See how it fluctuates to the lights? I don't know. I like that, especially on a vehicle. All right. And what's good about it is that you don't have to have the app. The app has to be open on your phone or on your screen or whatever you're going to use it for. But it has to be open in order for that to work. So I say it's no big deal because while I'm playing it on my phone and it's bouncing to the music, because even as I'm talking right now, see the lights fluctuate to the sound of my voice. It's kind of cool. I like that. It's very sensitive right now. But you also just keep in mind, you don't have to use the app. You can just easily go to your, go to it, and just turn it off. All right? The app is not necessary. And you just go back here and turn them on. Okay? And what I like about them is that you can change the mood, whatever mood you're in, whatever time of the season is they got, if you use the app, of course. You could do that, or you just have them on, you know what I'm saying? And, it looks good. So, and I'll say this, for $70, even if you get 2 pair and go through some of the lengthy process that I did, I will admit it is a bit lengthy because even the top, I had to cut. I did cut. See, like I told you, before when I got those bundles of wires down there, I said, for $56. So I did cut and reattach there. I did it on all 4 sides. I did cut and reattach. So you're going to probably have to do the same thing if you want to put the top up as well and do that. But like I said, what we try to do for making our cart look good. So that's the preliminary information, y'all. If you have any questions, of course, get at me. And yeah, that's what's up, okay? Like I said, cheaper than our Denago lights. You just got to do some extra work. That's all to get them to fit. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I don't like. But I get back at y'all later. Y'all take care.